What was the message to the team after the game, and how do you kind of bounce back headed into this week?
Yeah, I mean, credit to Michigan Tech. They came out, they played hard, and they played a great game, and they beat us in almost every category. So afterwards, it's a lot of, hey, we got to learn from this. We got to grow from it. Doesn't mean our season's over. That's kind of how we take it. It's one day at a time. So now we kind of hit the reset button and we figure some things out going forward. And you got to just take the littles. It's good to learn, and it's a good kind of reset now before we start the second half of our season with every other team.
And then looking at this weekend, Coach, two teams you've seen, what do you have to continue to do, going into these matchups and, not playing at home, you're now on the road. So how do things change?
It's going to be a battle. Obviously, going down to Ferris State, they're number 7 in the country right now, and they're a good team. They were a good team when they came up here and played us the first time, but we battled pretty good with them. And we gave them a little bit of a scare, I think, a little bit of a challenge, but it's not going to be easy. They're playing better and they're playing well, so we got to do everyone's got to step up a little bit, obviously. And then obviously we got Lake State after that, and again, it's another GLIAC challenge. And when you're on the road, anything can happen. That's why we play the games. Otherwise, we wouldn't be traveling. So we got to show up for both games and play hard and see what happens.
Is there anything you saw in that first Ferris game that you want to try and build off of? Because as you mentioned, you guys there were a lot of positives in that game, just didn't close it out. So
yeah,
going down to their place, is there anything you take from that game that
oh,
you kind of implement?
for sure. I mean, we put up some threes late in the game where we hit, where I think if we shoot with confidence earlier, I think we can, got to make those adjustments a little bit sooner. But it's a very physical game, too. And I think that would kind of hit us hard in the first half, but we kind of fought back a little bit better in the second half. I think that was a big thing. We got to do that right away and not wait to get hit. And obviously, that's where we lost our point guard. And so it's going to be physical. We know that going down. We just got to do a good job, and we got to be ready for it.
And offensively, are you seeing teams key in on McKaylee and JC? Obviously, that's the case. Is it a challenge to get them good looks? And where are you at there? Obviously, those are big scorers.
Yep.
How do you create those looks for them to have success offensively?
Yeah, a lot of it, people are obviously keying on McKaylee. They've been doing that for a while now. And JC now is getting into that role, too, where she's starting to hit some outside shots, which people are now running her off the line a little bit. And it's getting them to understand that when their next shot comes to them, they got to be ready to score. And we talked a little bit about it. And with Jo, I mean, she can score in a ton of different ways. It's just, okay, if that offense isn't working, we're going to try something else. We're going to try another quick hit or something like that. She scored right away that first play of the game, and that was huge. And I was hoping that would get our momentum going a little bit. But, yeah, it's just kind of doing one or two little quick hitters for them to get them going, and then just keep JC attacking a little bit more and getting to that free throw line. That she said she doesn't do that too often, but she's been doing that, so that helps us as well as a whole team.